Hey everybody, I'm going to give you an insight into what it's like a night in my shop. Um, it's machining parts time because I don't have enough parts to do the guitars that I'm working on. So I need to machine some parts for this guitar, and I just got through spraying the cavity on it. And this one's got a Fishman power bridge in it, which is it's a little bit more of a challenge, and there was already a route for the power bridge, which I'm working on that. Anyway, these are my bender parts. Now, people might think that I just have these magically made to look awesome, but I don't. I have these things water jetted or laser jetted, depending on which part. But these parts are water jetted. And then I have to run it on, I mean, you can see the markings on it and everything. I have to take these parts and sand them down. And this is a tedious process. And besides that, it just destroys your hands. If you're a guitar player, this is the last thing you want to be doing. Seriously, if you're a guitar player, this is the last thing that you want to be doing with your hands. It destroys them. It's bad. But somebody's got to do it. So I got to get all the marks out of these. Now, I'm starting with 220 grit paper right here. So this is 220 grit stick it sandpaper, which is a 3M paper, and it's the gold stuff, so it's very forgiving. It saves a lot of time because it doesn't gum up as quick. Now it will gum up. This is all gummed up, but this is 1,000 grit. This over here is that's 400, I believe. I probably need to replace those, but just for shits and giggles, I'm going to show you what's going on here. I'm going to sand this piece until it looks good. That looks pretty good. Now, technically, if you were going for that brushed aluminum look, you would just go, and then you would say, oh, it's brushed aluminum. Looks like stainless steel. That's kind of cool. I don't do that. I want it to look like chrome. So now I'm going to go over here to a little higher grit and sand this out. And this is tedious work. Like I said, everybody thinks that, I just, make music and I'm doing session work and producing artists and I fly to gigs or get on a bus and enjoy my life and all that stuff. No, I work just like you do. I work a day job just like you do. Yeah, I'm making benders, but the thing is, I'm hand making all of these damn parts. That's starting to look pretty good. I do have some parts made, but this is the same process that the people that make the parts have to do. But I don't have them make these parts. I make all these myself. And I have a CNC machine, yes. The CNC machine would only do the rough cut of these parts. It won't do this polishing part that makes them look pretty. Okay, so back to the sanding. That one looks pretty good. So now I'll go over here. This is a much finer grit sandpaper. This is 1,000 grit. So I'll polish this up with 1,000 grit sandpaper. Okay, that looks pretty shiny, not too bad. Okay, so then over to this beast. Now, I use that tool. I never do this by hand because it's dangerous and you can kill yourself. I mean, you can literally grab one of these and yank it out of your hand. Besides that, you can rip your finger off. But the point I'm trying to make is You go from a rough piece that looks like this, okay, to sanding it on these different grits, and then you go to, like, literally from this, okay, just water jetted, rough, to sanding it until it looks pretty good, and then eventually you get it polished. And I didn't even polish it very long. It really needs to be polished about 1 minute, and then that will look absolutely beautiful. It'll look like chrome. This is 6061 aluminum, so it's super lightweight as well. That's another thing I try to do on all my benders. I try to make everything as light as possible because if anybody's played one of those Fender Bender guitars, they're cool. There's the Greg Koch version of those that came out years ago because he did a video for Fender. Those guitars just weigh a ton. They weigh a lot, and they're pretty cool, but they do have some inherent issues by being as heavy as they are. One of those is that the springs have a tendency to go bad because they're stretching all that weight on the bender for so many years. The springs get sprung. I have springs made in Kentucky and shipped down here to the beautiful state of Tennessee, and then we have them plated here in Tennessee. These springs are specifically made for benders. They're wound in a certain direction. They're a certain thickness. You can't just buy these from McMaster-Carr or an auto parts store. Nobody stocks this size spring, which is why I have them made. And I do sell those on my website as well, forrestleejr.com. So check out the website. And also just check out the website for the other merch and stuff that I got on there. And check out the Twangtown channel. Oh, and listen to my Spotify channel. I've got several Spotify channels out there. Forrest Lee Jr., 2 R's in Forrest. Listen to that stuff, man. There's some really good stuff out there. There's an album. It's a tribute album. It's called Higher to Go. It's kind of hard to find. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on all that stuff. But the problem is, if you just look for Forrest Lee Jr., you're not going to find me. But it also has Albert Lee and Red Volkart and Johnny Hyland and J.D. Manus and Lonnie Wilson's on drums. I mean, it's a stellar band of players that are on this record. And we're all cutting heads and having a good time. So, even though it might be kind of hard to search for, once you find it, save it, download it, like it, do whatever you got to do. Share it to all your friends. That one's called Forrest Lee Jr. and Friends, Higher to Go. And it's a gospel album. So it is a country gospel album. It's all my dad's country gospel songs. And I did it kind of as a tribute to my dad, who wanted me to record all of his gospel songs over the years. And I just never did. I bucked up against him the whole time. I wanted to do Vince Gill and Marty Stewart and Led Zeppelin. So, I kind of, bucked up against it. But then after he passed, I felt it in my heart to make that record. And I called up all of my friends that are also friends of his, like Red and Johnny. And anyway, we made that record, and it's really good. I'll probably remaster it, probably re-release it. But it's on Spotify, and it's on YouTube, and it's on iTunes right now. So you can listen to it. Some of the songs are King of Kings, Higher to Go, John the Baptist. Those are just a few of them. But anyway, check it out if you can. Anybody needs a bender, let me know. I'm not going to shave until after the new year, I think, unless my wife kicks my ass. But I've just decided, you know what? Why get a haircut? I mean, it's crazy. It's unruly. It's stupid long. And I haven't shaved for a while, so I'm thinking I'm just going to do the whole no care November or whatever they call that, where you just don't worry about shaving or getting a haircut, and you just work your ass off in the shop, which is what I'm doing. I always look at this side, even though I know this is the side with the camera. So yes, from now on in this video, I'm going to stare directly at you, the viewer of this, and please go to my Spotify channel and my iTunes channel and search for it. Tell it 4 times. Hire to go. Forrest Lee Jr. Hire to go. Forrest Lee Jr. and Friends. Whatever you got to do. Listen to that album. You're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. Vintage Guitar Magazine said it was the best country album of the year in like 2013 when it came out. So it's got some good stuff on it. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff with this channel. And if y'all need a bender or anything, let me know. Just get a hold of me through my website, forrestleejr.com or forrestcustomguitars.com. I think there's still a website that has all that in there too. And yeah, this is all I'm doing. I'm not on tour this winter, and I don't have any tours. I don't have any session work. I'm not producing anybody for the rest of the winter, so I am able to do stuff. Just looking at this guitar I'm working on here. I'm able to do stuff in the shop, whether it's a full custom build or just a bender install or a double bender install or a bender install and a thin line guitar or whatever. I can do it. I don't sell parts, so don't ask for that, except for the springs. If somebody needs a bender spring, they need a replacement spring, let me know. I've got you covered. I can either do regular springs or I can do springs for the Parsons Green benders. You know, I got you covered on that. So, and I'm doing acoustic benders now. So if you want an acoustic B bender, let me know, because that's happening. It's live and in the hide right now. I've got 2 guitars ready to go, up for sale at this moment. They're not Washburns. One's a Martin and one is a Epiphone Dove, like a Gibson Dove, but it's an Epiphone version of it. So let me know if you want one of those. Talk to you next time.